13 places women want to be touched. Let's be real, when we're attracted to someone, it's pretty normal to want to touch them. And just like you want to touch her, she wants you to touch her. However, because I know that you are a good man, you are a respectful man, you want to be appropriate about that, right? So how do you touch her appropriately? Touch is beautiful. It lights up attraction. It helps build connection. Touch makes falling in love feel exciting and magical. As a matter of fact, if you completely avoid touching her, she might kind of start to wonder what's wrong. So if you are looking for a feminine, loving, good woman to create a lasting, lifelong relationship with, well, then it's critical you know how and where to touch her. Because it's a huge red flag to a woman if this isn't done right. You can completely scare her away. This happens more often than you might think, but as I mentioned earlier, if you don't touch her at all, she might be like, okay, what's wrong here? But thankfully, you don't have to worry about that anymore. This video is going to be a game changer for you. You will know the best places to touch women to thrill them while still being appropriate. And just in case this is your first time watching, welcome, my name is Melannie. If you are sick of the toxic mind games, the exhausting games that are played around relationships, then you are definitely in the right place. Because I am your go-to source to learn how to make love and connection feel effortless. I'm all about lifelong love, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's dive into where to touch a woman and how to touch her appropriately. There are basically two phases we're going to go through in this video, and they make a lot of sense because they're kind of the natural phases of dating. We will start with how and where to touch her when you are not yet in a relationship. And by the way, just because I'm sure I need to say this because, you know, somebody will be stupid if I don't. Okay, don't try to touch someone who clearly doesn't want you to touch them, and never touch someone in a way that is inappropriate. Okay, we're just getting that out there right now. We're going to assume that we're all going to use our brains moving forward, and so everything's going to be fine. But the first phase is when you're not in a relationship with someone. You're trying to build that chemistry, you're trying to build that connection with her. The second phase is when you are in a relationship, because naturally you can be a little more close with someone you are in a relationship with. So let's get started with the first stage. This is when you are not yet in a relationship with her. And of course, you can do all of these things when you're in a relationship as well. The first way you can touch her when you're not yet in a relationship yet even, is you can sit close to her. This can be a fabulous way to appropriately and subtly break the touch barrier. If you are sitting next to her, you know, you can either sit far away or you can sit a little closer. Now, don't like overdo it and squish her into the arm of the couch. That's incredibly uncomfortable. May or may not have had that happen to me in the past. It's not a good thing. But instead, just sit close to her. Maybe even like allow your to touch when you're sitting next to each other. That would be exciting and thrilling and all the wonderful things. So use that. If it's a situation you're already in, use it. Allow yourself to sit close to her. Because yes, she is going to be paying attention. She is going to notice. And ooh, that's when you get those butterflies, when that guy who's super cute is, you know, like sitting close enough to like touch you. Another fabulous way to break the touch barrier, another place women want you to touch them, is her hands. Now, I'm not talking about holding her hands yet. That should probably come when there's a little bit of an understanding at least. But you can touch her hands. I mean, we've all seen in movies or something when somebody's like handing somebody something and their fingers linger just a little bit longer, something like that. Or maybe you're showing her something on your phone and your fingers just, you know, kind of overlap a little bit. Leave it. Let it happen. It's totally okay to have those little exciting butterfly moments when your hands, you know, just touch a little bit. You can also consider, if you are trying to get to know this gal better, you can also consider asking her to, or taking her on dates, asking her to activities where you have to touch hands. Dancing is a fabulous example of this. If you're ready to break the touch barrier, country swing dance, my friend. It is a fabulous way to totally break that touch barrier in a very fun and romantic way. So just consider, what are maybe some things you could do that are not creepy? Don't go overboard. But what are some ways, some activities that maybe would require a little bit of hand-holding? This is just all good fun. The next place women want to be touched that's totally appropriate at this stage is her upper to mid back. You don't really want to go any lower than that. Yeah, don't do that. But mid to upper back, totally appropriate, kind of the shoulder blade area. So maybe if you're interacting with her, you're in a group and you need to get her attention, just place your hand on her back and say something to her, or place your hand on her back and guide her somewhere. That is actually so hot when a guy does that. I can't remember the name of the movie all of a sudden, but there's a movie where the male actor, he does this all the time, the lead, where he will just put his hand on her back and guide her places, and it feels so natural and normal, and it's adorable. So something like that, it's like, oh, he's like protecting me and he's like guiding me, and it's really, really cute. So there are very appropriate ways you can totally put your hand on her back. Shoot, dancing is another great example of a great way to break this touch barrier as well. So don't feel like you don't have to feel awkward about touching her. They're very normal and natural ways that you can break that touch barrier. And even if she doesn't say anything, it's probably because she can't breathe and she's noticing, and she's going home and she's texting all her friends and her mom and telling them all about it. Another completely appropriate place to touch a woman is her arm. You could touch her upper arm, her lower arm. Some examples of why you might do this is maybe, a little playful nudge, or maybe if you're comforting her about something, sometimes placing your hand on her arm can be cute. We've all seen those scenes in the movies where it's like, oh, you have snowflakes on your jacket, or you have leaves on your jacket or whatever, and they brush it off. Her arm is a completely appropriate place to touch. Our next way you can touch her completely appropriately might sound obvious, but we're just going to put it out there just in case it's not. You can hug her. This is a very easy way to break the touch barrier and start to show that you're feeling close to this person, that you appreciate them, you like them, you are happy when you see them. So greeting her with a hug, when you say goodbye, give her a hug. These are ways to kind of start to help her understand that you're pursuing her. And it helps you break that touch barrier. And plus, it's just plain fun, right? Hugs feel good. So obviously don't force it, but you could offer a hug. If she offers the hug, absolutely accept it. But hugs are a completely appropriate way to break that touch barrier and to just enjoy it. Because I can tell you, she's definitely going to enjoy it. There's something so magical about when that man wraps his arms around you and you just, kind of forget to breathe for like 3 minutes. That's kind of a long hug. Maybe you should wait until the relationship part for 3 minutes. Another totally appropriate way to touch her is kind of the arm in arm thing, to offer her your arm and let her take your arm. This is incredibly natural if you are walking like a long distance, or maybe if she's in heels, or maybe the terrain is unstable, it's icy or it's rocky or whatever it is. Being a gentleman is always romantic, at least to a high-value woman. As a matter of fact, it can be a really good way to spot a toxic woman if she freaks out about you being a gentleman. But anytime you're a gentleman, a high-value woman, a good woman, she's just gonna think that's the cutest thing ever. When I'm guiding you through how you can find and attract and keep the love of your life in my academy, something I teach you there is that gentlemen are the very most attractive men. So showing that gentlemanly courtesy is adorable, and it's a great way to break the touch barrier. And she gets to like feel your muscles when she holds your arm. That's a nice bonus too. She probably won't say anything. She might say something, but she will be thinking it. I'm just being real. So some of these videos I make me like a little more giddy / blushing than other videos. I'm just being real. Girls think guys are cute, okay? Just being real. Now that you know some of the ways you can touch her before you're in a relationship, let's talk about how you can touch her when you are in a relationship. Before we do though, something that may be on your mind is, this is great. So now I'm learning some of the ways to touch her, but how do I know if she wants me to touch her? And that is a fabulous question, because if she doesn't, you shouldn't. A great place to start is with my free guide, 13 Signs She's Waiting for You to Make a Move. In this guide, you will learn some of the signs that she's already attracted to you. She wants you to make a move. And this can certainly help you start to gauge if the attraction's there and if she wants you to touch her. These are things every man needs to know. So I can't wait to share this guide with you. Click the link in the description below, or I will also put a link in the pinned comment. It's super easy. You click the link, you enter your first name and your email so I know where to send it, and it is sent right to your inbox. So 13 Signs She's Waiting for You to Make a Move. Check out the link in the description below or the link in the pinned comment. Now let's talk about how to touch her when you are in a relationship. One fabulous place is her face. It's absolutely adorable. That's why they do it in the movies all the time. When he just kind of caresses her face, maybe when he's about to kiss her, or maybe while they're kissing, or even just in having that little conversation, that little moment together, and he just lovingly touches her face. It's absolutely adorable. Another cute thing you can do is if she's like worried or upset about something, kind of, run your fingers over the worry lines and be like, hey, it's okay. Just those cute little tender moments are very, very adorable to women. Another adorable place to touch her is her hair. Again, we've all seen in the movies where it's like, oh, you have a leaf in your hair or something like that. You can do that. Or again, if you have an established relationship, it's even okay to just maybe touch her hair occasionally. Maybe when you kiss her or whatever it is, touching her hair can be very cute. Another really cute way to touch her that's, again, totally appropriate is her waist. Putting your arm around her waist can be really cute. Maybe when you're hugging her or you're just standing next to her, that's a completely appropriate way to make that contact and really just feel close to each other. Another way to touch her that's maybe a little obvious, but we'll still state it just in case, is put your arm around her. Yes, she wants to feel your arm around her. When you're just standing there, when you're sitting next to her, hey, so you can sit close and put your arm around her. Bam, that one's fun. Again, it may sound a little obvious, but don't underestimate the effect it has on her. It's really, really exciting when that really handsome guy that you really care about is putting his arm around you. Quick question before we get to the next ones. Are you enjoying this? Would you maybe like more videos on this topic? If you would, please comment yes to let me know. And if there's a specific question you have, please leave that in the comments as well. I appreciate your feedback. So let me know. Another cute place to touch her when you are in a relationship is her knee. Touching her knee before you're in a relationship is a bit much, but when you're in a relationship, you have that closeness. That can be really cute. Just that reassuring, hey, I'm here. It's really cute. Another appropriate place to touch would be her neck. You obviously don't want to go overboard with this, and you don't want to just, grab her neck. That would freak her out. But maybe if you have had your arm around her, maybe you can touch her neck, or maybe when you kiss her, you can let or touch her face, let your hands go down to her neck. That can be a very, very cute thing to do. Another place you can touch her that may seem kind of obvious unless you're thinking outside the box would be her mouth. So yes, kiss her mouth. That's definitely fun. And it should be enjoyed. But you can also just touch her mouth. That's really fun because it kind of builds some anticipation and excitement, because it kind of feels like hey, I want to kiss him now. So you can certainly just touch her mouth. Maybe before you kiss her, just brush a finger across her lips or something, because it's like, oh, your lips are so pretty. I don't know. Or you've seen in the movies where it's like, oh, hey, you have frosting on your mouth, and he'll like wipe it off and then they kiss and things like that. Allow yourself to get a little creative, understanding that if you're at the stage where it's appropriate to be kissing, you are at the stage where it is appropriate to touch her mouth. And having those little outside the box moments are what make a relationship feel more real. They feel more authentic, and it's what makes it more memorable as well. Now, at this point, I have something very important to say. Are you paying close attention? Anything more intimate than what we have just talked about needs to be reserved for marriage. I get it. I know some of you just said, that's old-fashioned. Well, guess what? Healthy, happy relationships have become old-fashioned. And they are old-fashioned for a reason. I'm not here to say the popular thing. I'm here to say the truth. If you respect something, you treat it with respect. You don't treat it like it's cheap. Uh-oh, sassy Melannie's coming out. I'm here to teach you how to attract classy women, not trashy women. So you need to ask yourself, what kind of woman do you want? A classy woman or a cheap one? And by the way, if you answered cheap, I can tell you why your relationship stinks, so stop blaming it on women. It's the kind of effort you're willing to put in and the kind of women you're looking for. Sorry, hard love, or tough love, but it's true. There are so many people complaining about toxic women, but what they don't realize is they're using toxic strategies. And if you're not willing to rise to the level of a high-value woman, then you don't deserve her. And now, with that being said, I know for most of you, you are the respectful man. You are the sincere, good man. And maybe you're even wondering, okay, but how in the world do I find that high value kind of woman? What strategies should I be using? Well, if you're asking that, you truly are in the best place, because this is exactly what I'm here to help you with. That's exactly why I created my academy. You can learn how to find, attract, and keep the love of your life. Get started by downloading that free guide I mentioned, and I'll send you some emails to guide you along further. So again, there's a link in the description below and a link in the pinned comment. All right, should we recap the 13 places women want to be touched? You ready? Places women want to be touched that are appropriate even if you're not in a relationship yet. Number 1, you can sit close to her. That's a great way to break the touch barrier. Number 2, her hand. And I'm not talking about holding her hand, but allowing your hands to touch when you interact with each other. Maybe even plan a date or some kind of activity that requires you to, touch hands. Number 3, her mid to upper back, kind of the shoulder blade area. Maybe put your hand on her back when you're trying to guide her somewhere. Another completely appropriate place to touch is her arm. Maybe a playful push or being caring or understanding. Touching her arm is completely appropriate. The next one sounds pretty obvious, but just in case, hug her. If you are interested in her, it's okay to let her know that. If you enjoy seeing her, it's okay to let her know that. Greet her with a hug. When you say goodbye, give her a hug. These are great ways to pursue her and also break the touch barrier in a completely appropriate way. Next up, take her arm in your arm, walking arm in arm. Maybe you're helping her across a slippery parking lot or whatever it is. Being a gentleman is always attractive to good women. Places women want to be touched when they are in a relationship with you. Not marriage yet, but in a relationship. You ready? Number 1, her face. Just gently caressing her face or touching her face when you kiss her is very, very cute. Her hair, maybe playing with her hair appropriately, or maybe when you kiss her, you touch her hair. That can be very adorable. Next up, her waist. Putting your arm around her waist. It can be kind of a fun way for her to feel like her femininity is being accented to you. Hey, hopefully he thinks my waist is thin or small. And it can also just be a great way to be close together. Maybe just put your arm around her waist. The next one may sound a little obvious, but just in case, put your arm around her Yes, girls think it's so cute when you put your arm around her. So if you're sitting down, put your arm around her. If you're standing next to her, just put your arm around her. She wants to feel the shelter of your arms. Next up, her knee. Again, if you're in a relationship, if you're not in a relationship, that's a little too much. But if you're in a relationship, just resting your hand on her knee can be comforting and reassuring and cute. Next up, her neck. Maybe after you caress her face, let your hand just rest on her neck for a moment. Or maybe if you kiss her, rest your hand on her neck. That can be a very, very cute kind of touch. And next up, her mouth. And yes, that does include kissing her mouth, but also it can just mean touching her mouth. You've seen the movies where it's like, oh, you have frosting on your lip, and he brushes the frosting off. Think outside the box a little bit. Touching her mouth is incredibly, like, lots of butterflies, really cute. Thank you so much for watching, my amazing friend. If you would like to see more videos like this one, please let me know in the comments. And if you have a friend who would enjoy it, please share it with him as well. If you don't yet follow me on social media, there are links in the description below. Thank you so much again, my amazing friend, and have an amazing day. All right. The fire has, calmed down a little bit. I'm not feeling ready to fight anymore. So that's good. I was fighting mad there for a second. I get so many people who are just being, it's like, you're the problem. Can you not see that? It's you. Yep. You. You're the problem. But you can't say that because you have to be professional and nice. It's one reason why I don't like to answer all my emails. Okay, secret end of the video club. Fun fact about me. I can't remember if I've ever mentioned this before or not, but I am someone who rather be cold than hot. Are you like that too? I know some people are like, no, I cannot be cold. But other people are like, no, I'd much rather be cold. I am someone who is like, yes, let it be freezing. I can just put on my favorite hoodie. I hate being hot. And I'm super excited because the weather has finally turned to the point where it's cold. And I love it. So we're going to celebrate that. Our end of the video word is cold. If you've never watched to the end before, we always have a special secret word. We're the secret awesome club that nobody else knows about. So comment cold. That's how you join the club. And thank you for being here. Never forget that you're amazing, and I will see you in the next one.